Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning. It's a beautiful Monday morning here in Memphis, Tennessee, 10 o'clock Central Standard Time. So if you're watching this, please feel free to ask questions. And I've got these lovely people that are acting as our cameramen on Facebook and Instagram, so welcome. Also, send us some love. Let us know where you're from and send me some hearts. And then also, we want to invite you, if you're not already, if you're on Facebook, follow us on Instagram and vice versa, because we're all about sharing the projects that we're doing, because it's all about enjoying the bragging rights. Today we've put together a really fun bundle for you, and the reason we put these bundles together is to be able to make shopping easy. Let's take a look at this really quickly. So this is an opportunity for you to be able to do a lot of different projects I'm going to show you today. And we put together this deer stencil, an artist brush, our Maker Studio etching cream, as well as some black ink, some white chalk art, and a spreader. So that way, you know, we've talked about this a lot. When you go shopping at certain craft stores or you go places to be able to get your supplies, how many times have you spent $60, $70, $80, $100? You get home and it's like you can't finish one project. We make it easy for you. So for $29.99, and here's the other benefit, shipping's included. So that's it. So we're going to send you all of this to be able to turn around and do the projects I'm showing you today. All you're going to need are the surfaces. So we're getting ready for Father's Day. Father's Day is Sunday. Many of you know, some of you don't know, but my father is still living, and he will be 100 years old in August. We just celebrated my mom and dad's 75th wedding anniversary this past Saturday. It's crazy. I'm exhausted this morning, but I love the fact that Father's Day is right around the corner. It's an opportunity for us to honor our dads and make them something. Let's all be quite honest. Most of us have most everything we need, so it's really nice to get a handmade gift, something that we made. And I know with Jean and I, we love it when our grandchildren and our children make us things, when it's something that they took their precious time to make. And you can do and be the same way. So let's take a look at a couple of different things that we have made, different projects, including the product that comes in the bundle that you've got today. Look at this adorable picture that you could put whatever beverage you want into it. Dad can use it any way he wants. That we've got that beautiful deer head on it. What man wouldn't love this in his hunting cabin, in his man cave, whatever, that he can have his favorite beverage in it. And this is etched on there. I'm going to show you how to do this in just a minute. Or we've got these are great looking things that can hang on the wall. These are just a lot of cheese trays, cheese boards, bread boards, but a lot of people use them now as decorative objects. And so this was done with our white chalk art. So when you're finished with it, all you have to do is wipe it off. And then here was another fun idea, just to be able to take a surface, do some twine around it, some burlap twine, and just some tiny little clips so you can put pictures of you and your kids on it and be able to give to Dad. I love that. I think that's such a great idea. So a couple of other things, because they come in your kit, you can also make these great looking towels. Now, we'll tell you, we buy these towels at Target. Of course, everybody knows we're talking about Target. And they cost about $1 a piece, so they can be personalized if you want to buy our alphabet stencil. But just what a great, very chic, manly look to be able to have. He can use this in his bathroom. This is a permanent ink, so the ink that comes in our kit is permanent. You'll just heat set it once it's dry, and you can wash it. It's great looking. This would be a great looking t-shirt too. You don't have to just use it on a towel. You can do it on sheets. You can do it on a robe, anything you want to be able to give Dad. Another great thing is, you know, of course, if your dad's a hunter, or if you have a place at the lake, if you love doing that, this is just a great decor item you can use at the lake. He can put that up here and cut fish out on it. He can cut steaks. He can take this over to the grill, use it. It's got a multitude of uses. So you can get these cutting boards or bread boards at Target. You may even have some in your home. We find them also at Goodwill and Habitat, and we came back on top of it with our ink and our deer stencil. So let me just show you another thing that I love doing, of course, is going to Habitat Restore and buying old frames and painting them. This was painted with our Rescue Restore paint. We took out the old ugly picture. Now here's the thing, a lot of people, they look at the picture, they judge whether or not they want to buy the painting or the picture because of the etching or just the print that's in it. Take that out, we don't need that. Take the backing off, and all we want is the frame and the glass. So I'm going to show you a fun and easy thing that you can do with this. So now you'll notice, if you're not familiar with our stencils, this is the first time that you're catching us, our stencils are a special patented material that allows you, let me see if I can get the right side, that allows you to be able to use them over and over again. They're washable, and they have this backing on it like this. So they're washable, so all you have to do is peel it apart, and that backing is going to come off, and it's going to allow you to be able to use it on a surface. So see that shiny side? Now look at this. See the mesh? A lot of people are used to using crickets, silhouettes. You cannot get this mesh material look and the detail with those like you can our patented tri-mesh stencils. So I'm going to take this off of that backing, and I'm going to place this on top of the glass. Now here's the other great thing. It's repositionable. So if I don't get it on straight, or if I don't get it on to where I'm real happy with it, guess what? I just lift it up like this, and I can place it down again. All right. So this little stag is one of my favorite designs. You just want to make sure that you press it out and make sure it's all nice and straight. Now you'll notice these lines here. I can very easily cut this because I can use these at another time. I might want to put them a little bit closer under here, but they can also act as ornamentation on different things, not just with the stag stencil. Now on this, remember again, you get three things in this bundle. You get the etching cream, you get the black gel ink, and you also get the white chalk art. So we can use this on a lot of different surfaces. When we're working on glass, I like doing the etching cream. Now, if you're catching us live, you can definitely ask questions, and I'll try to answer them live. That way we all learn from one another when we ask questions. Now remember, the other thing that comes in your kit is you are going to get an artist brush. But what I normally do, I will cut the tip. I'll just take some scissors, and I'll just cut the tip off of that artist brush, because that way it gives me a nice kind of blunt stippling effect that it's easier as far as putting on this etching cream. Now this etching cream is going to go really, really far. You'll be able to do a couple of these picture frames. You'll be able to do a picture for Dad, depending on how many you want to do, but it could probably do 4 or 5 projects very easily. Now here's the other thing. This is, normally we say don't use too much when you're working with the chalk arts and the inks, but on this it's totally different. I want you to lather it up. I want you to really get a nice thick coverage on it. If you want to, now I do this because I've done it quite a bit, but if you want, especially if you're working with children, you've got them helping you, I would suggest putting on some gloves. You just want to protect your hands and not get this on your hands. So as I go through and I load this up, I'm only putting it on the area where that mesh has the stag design on it. It's not necessary to get it over here because it's only going to go through to the glass. But so once you get it loaded everywhere, I want you to put it on about 1/8 of an inch thick. I'm just going to tell you, I love etching glass because it's so sophisticated looking. It looks very expensive. If you're not familiar, we also have these great monogram stencils. So you can monogram. Now if you get it on the edge, just like I did because I don't have all my glasses, just wipe it really quickly. All right, so I'm going to load up just a little bit more and then I'm good. So for about 2 or 3 minutes, I want you pressing into this, moving this around, but making sure that it's nice and loaded up. This is about excess. It needs to be nice and thick. Try to work in an area that's a little ventilated. I don't want you really working outside in the heat and the sun. We have to be careful about things like that in the summertime because things will dry too quickly. Working in air-conditioned areas, you're doing this. But I'm just going to tell you, etching glass is so fun, so easy. It is such a great way to impress all your friends. They're going to be amazed. They're going to think it's so hard, but it's not. All right, so I'm going to lift up and take the side of my spreader. I'm going to lift this up. It's going to be kind of hard for you to be able to see. So I'm just going to pull my stencil off like this. Now, here's the other thing. I want you to make sure, remember, because I've used this with the etching cream, make sure that you keep it separated. And you can put it in a Tupperware container, a tub of water, and just wash it, and then lay it with the adhesive side up and use this again. So then that way I can use it to go do a towel. I can use it to go do a breadboard. So I've got a tub right here. I want to just show you. So I'm going to pop my stencil just like this in a tub of water. And I usually like just using a natural seaweed sponge. And look at this. Just a little bit closer so you can see. And then just take the seaweed sponge and wipe this off. It's as easy as that. I do want to make sure before you work on another project, whether it's paint or chalk art, make sure you get some fresh, clean water. I'll just take a little bit of excess like that. Then I'm going to lay this down upside like this. I want to make sure that I allow it to air dry with the adhesive side up. All right, so now I'm ready. I want to show you another project that you can do. So let me show you. After this is on here, I'm going to take just a little bit of my water and my seaweed sponge, and I'm going to wipe off the excess like this. And then it's etched the glass. This is going to have to dry down just a little bit, and I'm going to pat it dry. And then that way you're going to be able to see as it starts to dry. Let's look at our picture again. As it starts to dry, it'll have this etched look. It's a very soft, sophisticated, does that show up on the camera? It's soft, sophisticated, but it is literally etched into that glass. When you put it in the dishwasher, you don't have to worry about it. It's not going anywhere. The glass is etched forever. So I love that. Such a great, great look. Yes?
Lo asks, do you need to agitate the cream the whole time?
You saw about as long as I agitated it. It's a great question. Do you have to agitate it the whole time? So you want to make sure for probably 2 to 3 minutes, and then you can let it set for another minute, take off your stencil, and then just wash it away with some a sponge with water on it, and you'll be fine. So the main thing is, Lottie, that's really good. Can you hold that up against the light so they can kind of see that? So that way, we'll just show you, we're just cleaning that off what we just did. See how beautiful that is so you can see it in the sunlight? The detail, it's awesome. So beautiful. So that way, the fun thing is you can do a gallery type setting when we talk about with artwork, stacking art, maybe having a chalk art board that you've created, then having something that's been etched like that. It's such a great look. But etching can be done on glasses and pictures and anything that's glass that you see. I have seen a lot of people lately doing it on windows. You can get old windows and etch designs over the whole thing when you want to hang windows up as a piece of art. Such a great, great look. All right, so now here's something we can do that's totally different than the etching, but it's still using the same bundle that we've put together for you for only $29.99, and that includes free shipping. So, all right, so I'm going to put my etching cream aside. And then I just want to show you how fun and easy it is. Now this is the towel. These can be bar towels. These can be hand towels. You can do this on a robe. Anything that's a cloth material that Dad would like, I'm telling you he's going to love this. You could put this together with grill stuff. So maybe what if we did him a board like this, and then we got him the thing to flip burgers and maybe some barbecue sauce and put all this together with the bow on it. Don't forget those handwritten notes. Dad loves handwritten notes with sentiments on it. Gene's shaking his head no. Gene's crazy. Okay. All right, so now I've got my stencil here. I've used this several times before. And I'm just going to lay this down. Make sure you press it in. Let me see. I'm trying to think if I may dry that one. I've used this quite a bit. So once you've used it quite a bit, if you want to, you can come back, and especially if you're worried about getting the ink on your towel, see, because that goes really close to the edge, I may just take a piece of tape and lay this down to give me a little bit more protection, because here's where you don't have as much grace when you're working with ink as you do when you're working with the chalk art. The chalk art will come off very easily off of the painted surface, but if your ink gets on the rest of this towel, you're done. It's not going to come out. All right, that gives me a little bit more leeway. Now, you're going to get a spreader like this, and what I like to do is I like to cut it up into smaller pieces like this. It's a little bit easier to work with. So this is our gel ink. Guys, you could be making a t-shirt if you wanted to. Of course, this is all about Dad. We want to make sure that Dad is happy and he's got some fun gifts that we've made. You might even want to take some pictures of yourself making it, because he's not going to believe you made it. He's going to go, "There's no way, that's fabulous. I love this." You're going, "Here, let me show you the pictures. This is what I bought." He'll love the fact that you didn't spend a fortune and that you were able to make a lot of gifts. If you love doing this, you might even tell your friends and say, you know, "Look what I'm making for my dad for Father's Day. Would you like for me to make this for you?" Most of us around here, we're makers. We love making things. So it's as much as giving the gift, we love just doing it, the whole process. Now, notice what I'm doing. I'm pressing it through. Can you hear that? I'm pressing it through to where I'm not just sitting it on top. Look at that. Look how very little I used. I've got 3 or 4 more projects left that I could definitely do. I'm going to put the top on it because I don't want it to get dried out. And then I'm just going to lift my tape. I just use a regular painter's tape. This has a low nap on it. Look at that. Guys, is that the cutest? Now, you know, when people will say, "I'm not creative," we're all creative. Now, certain people are more artistic than others, for sure, but look at this. Is that fantastic? See how easy and fun? Here's what's so great about this too. Now, you'll notice, look, I had set something underneath it to protect it. Look at that. You need to make sure that it's protected, that it doesn't bleed through the other side. And then I want you to lay this down like this. And after it dries a good 2 hours, just come back with another rag and lay a rag on top of it, and then I want you to do it with a hot iron. The hot iron is going to set it. Please make sure you put a cloth between the iron and the imprint that you've made. So just put a cloth on top of it after it's dried 2 hours, and then that way it will heat set it down into the fibers of the fabric. And when you wash it, you want to make sure you wash it with cool water, and I would leave it out of the dryer. That's going to help with fading. All right, so last but definitely not least, I want to just show you the other thing you're going to get in your bundle with the stag that you can do and be really cute. Now, we did this side with our ink, but you can also come back and do them with the chalk. Now, remember, you're going to get a white chalk in here. So let's take a glance really quickly at the breadboard that we did that had the chalk art on it. I love doing breadboards in white chalk, one, because I think it looks great in a gallery setting in a room. You want to be able to hang them up on the wall. It's all about texture. The other thing, though, I love is the fact that once you're tired of it and you want to maybe add a sheet, you want to be able to do another design. Maybe you want to say Merry Christmas or Happy Thanksgiving. You just wipe it off. So it makes it for a great, fun breadboard to be able to serve off of. So let me just show you how easy that can be. So this is our breadboard, and in the bundle you get the white chalk art. Now this is removable. Unlike the ink that I used a few minutes ago, it's permanent and it's formulated to go on fabric. This you can use on wood, and it is food safe, so you don't have to worry about it. But once you get ready to clean it, you can wipe it off with water. All right, so now I have laid my stag stencil down. Now look how quickly I'm working. As I'm pushing this through, it's a little bit different than the ink because I can see the design. Notice the other thing, I'm working fairly quickly. Just turn this around to be able to get enough at the bottom. I'm working fairly quickly because I don't want to just set it on top of it like that. I'm pressing it through that mesh. That's what's going to give me that beautiful detail. I'm telling you, you're going to love doing this so much. You're going to want to make these for everybody. All right, so look at that excess. See how very little I used? I'm going to put that back in my container and put the top back on it because that way I can make a couple of other projects with it. Look at this. How fun and easy is that? Ta-da! So that way I can use it as a cheese tray. And when I'm finished with it, now once this dries in about 10 minutes, I have an option. I can wipe it like that with my hand and it's not going to move. Nothing's going to happen. But when I want to change it out, all I have to do is wipe it with some water. So that really gives me a lot of versatility. And hopefully it allows you to be able to see we can not only enjoy making Dad gifts for this coming Father's Day, this Sunday, but they're things that he will really love and enjoy because they were handmade by you. It could even become a family project. Get your kids involved. You see how easy this is, and how many Dad's gifts you can make with this for just a little bit of cost. We've put it all together for you to make it easy. So this bundle will be available on our website today. You want to make sure, I'm sure there's probably a maker that has shared this with you, and that way that go to the link and be able to purchase it right there. Have a fantastic week, everybody. Enjoy the summer.